If God forbid any of your relatives or dear ones has suffered a heart attack or you are a doctor, you must know that the first injection that is given to a patient a heart attack is streptokinase. Streptokinase is basically an enzyme that goes and dissolves the clots which are blocking the arteries. Streptokinase is the injectable form, and similar to streptokinase there is an enzyme called nattokinase. You can see the similarity. Streptokinase, nattokinase, both are kinases, both help dissolve clots. Streptokinase can be given in injectable forms, nattokinase can be eaten, and nattokinase can be eaten from a food called natto. Natto is a Japanese dish, and you won't believe me, when I was making this natto for nattokinase, my helper, she told me, I think something has died in your workshop, you better check. And I told her, no, this is the smell of the natto I am making. So the thing is, natto has a very foul smell, and to our desi taste buds, for Indian and Pakistani people, it might not taste very good. In Japan, you might find natto flavored ice creams and natto flavored jellies also. So today I will tell you how to make natto, and most importantly how to make it palatable to our desi taste buds. Because natto is a super wonderful thing, and it is a pity if we don't eat natto. So let's see how we can make this foul smelling food really tasty and really delicious so that we can eat it.
Assalamu alaikum wonderful people. I am Dr. Asma Mahmood, and today we will be talking about a very important probiotic, that is Natto. Before this we have discussed probiotics and we have made kefir. I have discussed the benefits of kefir, how to take kefir, and among the non-dairy probiotics we made sauerkraut, we made a very delicious kimchi. All these can be found in our clinic also, and you can watch the recipes on our channel. But I think the king of probiotics is Natto. Natto is a Japanese fermented probiotic that is typically made with soya beans. Before we have made it with rajma, we have made it with chickpeas, we have made it without any machines out in the sun because it needs a temperature of 40 degrees. But today we'll be making it in a yogurt maker if we want to take natto in the winter season. So take 1 cup of soya beans, organic non-GMO, and 3 cups of water, triple the amount of soya beans. Soak it overnight, but make sure that your soya beans are organic and non-GMO, because 99% of the soya beans out there are non-organic and they are usually GMO. I have attached the link to the Raz on, you can get it online in the description box below. Anyway, by the next day your soybeans would have swollen up twice the size, and now very importantly, discard this water. Don't use this water. Boil it or steam it in new water. To steam it, you can add your wire rack like this, like I'm doing, then put your strainer and put your soybeans and some new water, and then pressure cooker it for about 3 hours. It takes about 3 hours till they are done. Or you can use a earthen pot and you can boil them out, but the thing is it will take about 5 to 6 hours, a long time. And make sure you don't add any salt or any baking soda. Usually in desi cultures we add salt or baking soda to our chickpeas to boil them, but in this case you should not add any salt or baking soda. This is very important, otherwise your natto culture will not come out good. And I have destroyed many batches of natto just because I spiced it up with salt or baking soda before. Anyway, make sure that your soya beans are extremely soft. When you press them with your hand like this, they should like crush. The softer your soya beans are, the tastier and more quicker your natto will become, because it will be easier for the bacteria to make natto. And I tell you all these minute details so that when you make natto, it is successful and your time and money and ingredients don't go to waste. So subscribe to our channel and click the like button to get more such authentic recipes so that you can make your own natto. Otherwise, we are selling it online on the Raz. I'll attach the Raz link in the description box also. Anyway, to make your natto, add your very soft soya beans to the container of your yogurt maker. This is a very simple and cheap yogurt maker that I got from the Raz. I will attach the Raz link of this yogurt maker also in the description box below, because the yogurt maker achieves the temperature of 40 degrees Celsius. We have to make some minute changes that I'll tell you. Anyway, once you add your soya beans, now you have to add the culture. So I have these packets. These are basically, I have a packet of 10 grams and they are small 1 1 gram packets in each 10 gram packet. So open up one 1 gram packet, and this 1 gram of Natto culture, we will mix it in water and we will spread it all over our soya beans. You can also spread it directly on your soya beans, but make sure you mix it well so that each of the soya bean gets covered with the Natto culture. And if you are using water, make sure it is not too much. Just 1 centimeter of water is enough. More than 1 centimeter and your Natto culture will go bad. Anyway, once you have made sure that you have covered all your softened soya beans with the culture, add the container to the machine and turn on the machine. This machine is very simple. It turns on when you plug it into the electricity. It turns off when there is no electricity. You don't have to bother much. Once you have plugged it, now for 24 hours you are good. You can do whatever you want, but make sure you don't cover it. You have to leave the lid open so that the air can move through, or you can cover it with aluminium sheet and you can poke some holes for airflow, or you can cover it with a cardboard box and poke some holes on it so that the air can flow, because the bacteria that makes Natto is an aerobic bacteria. Bacillus subtilis is the bacteria, and this bacteria is aerobic, that is it can only ferment in the presence of air, so air is needed. This Bacillus subtilis is also called Nattokin by the Japanese people, and this is the bacteria that is responsible for making Nattokinase from Natto. This Nattokinase is the enzyme that I talked about in the beginning that dismantles the clots and unclogs the arteries. Not only does it make Nattokinase, it is also a great source of vitamin K2. Vitamin K is basically of two types: vitamin K1 found in the green leafy vegetables, and K2 which is predominantly found in Natto. So Natto is a wonderful source of K2, natural K2, and this K2 is very good for your bones. It is good for digestion. It helps in weight loss, and the list goes on and on. It is a wonderful probiotic. Anyway, I have made this Natto using culture, 1 gram of culture, isn't it? You can make the same Natto using half a cup of already made Natto. If you have made Natto once, you don't have to add culture again and again. You can make it from your previous made culture also, because 1 gram of Natto has 2300 million Nattokin, that is the bacteria that we need for making Natto. Anyway, after 24 hours, when you open the box, you will find white dewy substance on your Natto beans and a lot of foul smell. Okay, now is the trick how to eat your Natto. You can see all the strings. The more the strings are formed, the more Nattokinase is made in these soya beans. You can see the strings here. Let me take it out in a separate dish and show it to you clearly. You can see all these Natto strings which are formed in our Natto, and what I do is I add some curd on it, some chaat masala on it, and maybe some soya sauce just to improve the taste. People have also added roasted garlic to their Natto beans, and I know for a person who is not used to eating Natto, it is very difficult to consume Natto. That's why we have Natto capsules in our clinic. If you cannot eat Natto in this natural form, you can take capsules also. But I would prefer if you make Natto at home and you consume Natto in beans instead of the capsules. Anyway, over here you can see me. I have tried to eat this Natto like in a typical Japanese way with chopsticks. I mean, I saw maybe like tens of videos on how to use chopsticks. I could not carry a single soya bean with chopsticks, so I had to use spoon instead. Anyway, once your Natto is made after 24 hours of fermenting at 40 degrees Celsius, keep it in a fridge for a day or two. That decreases the foul smell. For a very good heart and wonderful bones, you have to take at least 50 to 100 grams of Natto at least 5 days a week, because it is a wonderful food. Especially if you already have a stent placed in your heart, you have a heart disease going on, or if you have a family history of heart attacks or heart diseases. This is one thing that you have to take it as a precautionary measure, in addition to giving up smoking and adding some exercise to your lifestyle. Anyway, I have attached the links to everything required in the description box below. Do get your things, make Natto, and let me know in the comment section below how did you eat your Natto, because making Natto is not difficult as you have seen. Eating it is the tricky part. So let me know how you made your Natto and how you ate it. Take care till we meet next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.